So hi, I'm Jody. I am here with Chuck. We are at Broetje Orchards. Did I get that right?
Very good.
Yes, great. And this is really nice. It's a beautiful day here.
Gorgeous day.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we're going to be talking about Opal Apples and what's unique about them. So there's one right there.
So what would you like to know?
Yeah, well, first of all, Chuck, tell me a little bit about you. Tell me how long you've worked for Broetje Orchards. Why do you like to work here?
Well, this is my 18th season with Broetje Orchards. I think what I love about Broetje and about the industry in general is just the relationship side of what we do. So apple farming and apple selling and marketing is very relational, and that's the part of the business that I like the most.
Great. And so tell me more about how long has the orchard been around?
Well, the Broetje Orchard part of it has been around for a very long time.
Okay.
The variety, though, is very new.
Okay.
And we're real excited about it. It's a variety that actually was licensed back in 1999. It came out of the Czech Republic. It's very, obviously very unique, and I'll talk about that in a second. But we started commercial production in 2010, and we've been on a constant increase in production ever since. I think something that's unique about apple trees in general is they don't produce one box, 1 year, 2, 3, 4. It's more 1, 2, 4, 16. Arithmetic, geometric growth patterns. But the apple itself is very unique. And there's a whole bunch of reasons that make it such a unique apple. Number one, it's yellow. This is the first new yellow, and in fact it's butter yellow, which is even cooler. It's the first new naturally occurring yellow apple variety. One thing that I love about it too is how dense it is. So when you cut this apple and you eat it, no matter what you're doing with it, it maintains that condition and density. It's an incredible eating experience because of that. The other part is that I'm a sweet apple guy. I like sweet apples. This is a very sweet apple. It's got a very high brix in it, so it's very sweet. The fourth thing, and this is where Mother Nature really blessed us, is that when you cut this apple and you slice it or you cut it in half, it has natural antioxidants. It does not brown. So we got blessed with it, something that's not what we were counting on, but what a cool part of this apple. It can be cut, non-browning, can be used by sliced, etc. It's a very unique apple in the fact that it hits all of the pieces. You can eat it, you can slice it for your kids, you can make applesauce out of it, you can put it in a pie. Pretty incredible. I think one of the biggest things about apple consumers, they like an apple that has good condition. This apple maintains its condition truly like none other. So real unique, and we're very excited, and our production continues to increase, and it's becoming a very popular apple in the United States. So one of the things about it as well is that this is an apple that's unique to us. So we are the exclusive grower, packer, and shipper of this apple in North America. So another piece.
That's great. So what is one word how you would describe the apple?
Well, we have a saying, super crispy opalicious. So
Okay.
that's how I describe it, and it's, like I said, a very, very hard and very unique apple eating experience.
Great. So the Opal apple, say it again. This is
Super
one word.
crispy opalicious.
Great.
There you go.
Now, how many acres are we on here? Where are we exactly?
Well, we're actually in Wallu. This is our Wallu orchard plantings.
Okay.
It's part of the Broetje Orchard system. The Opal apple itself, we have about 1,000 acres of this apple planted right now. There's a large block sitting right behind us. In fact, we're watching it get picked. Kind of towards the end of the harvest period with this apple. We're almost finished for the season. And as far as the Costco piece is concerned, this apple will be available in Costco in January. That's when you'll be able to go to your Costco store and buy it. We grow it both conventionally and organically, so you can get it either way.
Great. And so what makes this environment so good for apple growing?
Well, the state of Washington in general is known as the top apple growing region in the United States, and truly one of the top regions in the world. And it's because of the soil conditions, our weather, the fact that we have long dormant seasons, ample water. It just makes a very perfect apple growing area. So that's what makes Washington State, and more importantly this area itself, to be so special.
Right. And I know we're talking Opal apple, but how many different apple varieties do you grow on this farm?
On any given week, we're packing, commercially packing up to 10 to 11 different apple varieties. We actually have a number of apple varieties we haven't named yet. That's kind of the cornerstone of where the industry is going. I think it's really cool because the apple industry in general has moved to a point where it really is about consumer taste. So unlike a lot of things that are happening in produce, the Washington State apple industry and our company specifically we're moving into apple varieties that taste good. And there's a number of them, and we actually have a couple that we're real excited about. This one, the most, I might add. And then we grow all the other, which have become traditional varieties that make up that 10 or 11, sometimes 12 varieties we pack on a weekly basis.
Now, what are the benefits of apples?
So, an apple versus some of the other processed things that we get in our diet on a regular basis, it brings a lot to the table. Obviously, it's very low calorie. An average apple has about 130 calories. When you eat an apple, you get about 20% of your dietary fiber. You get up to almost 10% of your vitamin C, almost 10% of your potassium. Has no fat, has no cholesterol, has no sodium. So it's just it's something great to eat on more than once a day. Yeah, we think that's what you should be doing, is eating a couple apples every day.
Yeah, so you're recommending 2 apples.
I am. Forget the apple a day. We're going to go for 2, maybe 3, maybe a bag, whatever you think you can down. I think that's really appropriate. So it really is unique, and this one we think is going to push that mark. One of the frustrations that we have in the apple community is the fact that the people in the United States, as far as apple consumers, it's been very stagnant. And we're really hoping that with these new apple varieties, we're going to push that envelope and move the production or the consumption of fresh apples up. And so that's why we're here, that's why we're doing it, and that's why we're spending the time and the energy that's happening around you to develop these new varieties.
And what's your favorite way to eat this Opal
I
apple?
like to eat the apple just like this. This is my way of eating an apple. I'd like to eat it right now, but we're not allowed to in the orchard. We can't eat them.
Okay.
So that's my preferred method of eating an apple. Yeah, but at some point in time, I want you to have this experience. So as soon as you get in the car, yeah, because the flavor of this apple is off the chart, and that's what's going to make people want to buy it and eat it. But you have to have that experience. I can describe what it is to me, but you're going to need to have that opportunity. So we want you to. We'll have that happening here shortly.
Perfect. I know you talked about this. You said it's a nice, like, crisp apple.
Extremely dense, extremely hard. That's the other piece of it that we think that we're very excited about. It maintains its integrity even after it's out on the shelf. You can actually put it on your kitchen counter. We like people to refrigerate their apples in the refrigerator. This is a pretty unique apple because you actually can leave it out at times on your table, and it will maintain that crispiness and the condition.
Okay, talk a little bit about that. That's really good information, because a lot of times when I get home from Costco, I get the apples in the clam pack, and I leave them out. So you're telling me that I should be putting them in the refrigerator?
Well, I think it's like most produce items. For an apple to maintain its top condition, when we store them, obviously we're keeping them at or near 32 degrees. You're not going to necessarily get that in your refrigerator, but if you keep an apple cold, it is going to last longer and do better. Here again, this is really a cool apple because it maintains its condition a lot of times when it's not refrigerated. We don't want to encourage that, but certainly that makes it unique and makes it sometimes a better experience for me.
And what's usually the lifetime of an apple from you?
As far as taking it home?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you that I've had this apple on my desk for over a month.
Wow.
And it's maintained its integrity. Now, you're not going to get that with a lot of varieties. This one is unique that way. Like I said, that's what makes it exciting and fun, is the fact that it has such great condition.
I know you guys harvest a lot of apples. 12, you told me. Which ones do you do here?
In this particular block, or just overall?
Overall.
What different varieties?
Yes.
So we're one of the largest granny growers, packers, and shippers in the United States. So we have Granny Smith, Red Delish, Gala, Fuji, Brayburn, Jonna Gold, Pink Lady, Honey Crisp, Opal. We have another variety called the Sweetie. Oh my goodness, I'm sure I missed a couple in there. Okay. It's interesting because the trends in the state, in the Northwest and in the state, have moved away from Red Delish apples to some of these other varieties. This might be the first year where the Gala apple, as an example, might actually surpass the Red Delish apple in total production. I'm not sure that's going to happen this year, but it may. So we're seeing very, very quick changes over to these new apple varieties. So that's fun.
That's great. Well, what I really love also, what you talked about earlier on the Opal apple, is that when you cut it, you can leave it out. It's not going to turn brown.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's very unique to it.
Yeah, and it's like I said, this is a non-GMO apple, and I think what people need to understand, this is a brand new variety. This isn't something that is a rehash variety this is a brand new apple variety, and that's what makes it so unique. But the non-browning part of it is incredible. In fact, it's, like I said, it's the only one that's going to do that for you. So we're excited about that.
And what's the best time of year to buy apples?
And that's a great question. I think people a lot of times look at apples as being a fall type situation. That's not true. Apples out of our area, out of state, and out of our company are available 12 months a year. It's a 12-month process. We are packing, shipping, and commercially putting apples into retail throughout the United States, really throughout the world, 12 months a year. Yeah.
That's great. Yes. And then my last question is, I'd love a fun fact. So how many pounds of apples do you sell each year?
Well, obviously it changes from year to year. You know, our harvest can move up and down as far as total tonnage. I was thinking about, because you asked me that earlier, and I was thinking in my head, I think on average we probably grow, pack, and market about 450 million pounds of apples as a system. So we're a large commercial entity in our country.
Great. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing all that. Did we miss any information that else you would like to share?
I don't know what it would be, and like I said, buy the Opal. We've got some neat stuff coming out on promotions and that type of thing. And I mentioned the Opalicious thing, and there's going to be an opportunity to make up a little jingle on that.
Okay.
We're going to have you. That's going to be done through social media.
Awesome.
So you have a chance to do that.
So anyone that loves a jingle, we can try to do a jingle for Opal Apples.
I'm not gonna do one that maybe somebody else would like to sing the jingle in regard to that. It's not going to be me.
Yeah, not me either. That's not my specialty.
No, me either.
I mean, I love singing, but I don't know if our Facebook
Well, if
fans
you'd like
would
to take a shot, but you can at least do it, and we'll record those, and we're going to honor somebody. In fact, we're going to honor a couple of people that put the best jingle in front of us.
Yeah. The last thing, if you want to share, I know we talked a little bit earlier about some great things that Broetje Orchards does for the community.
Right. So Broetje overall has a very long history of what we do for community and for people. That's really the cornerstone of what our company is. So it's interesting, and we've talked about this for a very long time. We call it the company's quadruple bottom line: people, profit, planet, company's purpose. And the company's purpose really is to serve the underserved worldwide. That's what we actually do as a company. This apple has had some specific things that we've done with it, with youth initiatives, and that's been kind of the focus of this apple and what we've done with some of the profits of this apple. This particular year has been a year where we've been doing stuff with some of the FFA groups in the United States. We're currently in the process of planning and doing that with them right now. So this is an apple that's going to be involved in some of the FFA programs, as far as, because they go out on a lot of the FFA programs go out on a regular basis and raise money for their programs. This apple will be involved in that process, and we'll be supplying them the dollars to be able to make that happen. And we've done other programs in the past, but like I said, this particular variety in our company has been used more on the youth side than anything else.
Yeah, that's really great, giving back to the community. I really loved hearing that story and sharing that.
Well, it's very much in line with what Costco does quietly, and our company does it very much so in the same way. And you can get on our website and learn more about that. Give you a lot of information about who and what the company does. It's a very, very unique company. It's fun to be a part of that, and I've been excited to be a part of it for as long as I have. So anyway, people, profit, planet, and the company's purpose, which is a very unique process unto itself.
Great. Well, thank you so much for inviting us on to Broetje Orchards.
Cool.
I said that. That's kind of like a tongue twister in a way.
Yes.
And I'm super excited to try those apples. They smell really yummy, and they look really good. Like, I'm going to take a bite.
Yeah.
So.
What we thought we did, we think we can actually maybe strap this on the top of your car.
Oh, perfect.
And maybe take a bin home with you.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you again, Chuck. And then also, we'll be back on November 7th. We're going to be talking about our Kirkland Signature trash bags. We redesigned those. They're going to be with our quality assurance team, and they're going to be talking about how we improved those. So I'm really excited about that, and that will be a really good conversation with them. So
cool.
Great. Thank you
Very
so
good.
much.
All right. Thank
you,
so much.
everyone.